Folks, what's up? It's Don
and Jon's Picks.
That's right.
That's right. Here we are, folks. Week 14. And boy, oh boy, I don't know what to say. Donnie, how are we doing?
Not doing too hot, John. Yeah. Not doing too hot over here at all. That was a tough couple days. The Bills. No, I want to say I think our only loss, other than Luscious Locks didn't do great, Anchor Pick didn't hit, but other than that, primetime over/unders and spreads, everything in consensus we nailed, except for the Bills, which is the only one you want to nail.
Yeah, we keep hammering the Bills, and well, certainly didn't work out this time. You might have seen we were at the game. I'm sure a lot of you were at the game, and jeez, I think the only thing worse than getting hit with that wind in the face was the Patriots just running all the way to top of the conference in the division.
Lots of running.
You hate to see it. But here we are. We don't stop.
Nope.
We're not going to let that get us down. As Donnie said, we did pretty darn well with all the other primetime picks last week. Obviously, Anchor Pick, Luscious Lock of the Week. 0-2 on that one. So certainly looking to bounce back this week. So we'll have to see if we can do that for you folks here.
Yeah, I know when we're down and out, that's when we come through. And we're not down and out yet. We're just, sometimes you got to make yourself feel that way, the Bills lost to really refocus. And we're refocusing. Week 14, let's get into it. Let's flip the script. Let's get positive. We got Pitt at Minnesota. Steelers taking on the Vikings. Spread is -3. Over under 43.5. John, what do you think with this one?
Donnie, let me see. I'm sniffing this wine, drinking some wine here, because I read somewhere that it makes you think more clearly. So, I'm trying to clear my head a little bit here and win us some money. So starting here with Thursday night, obviously we saw the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Ravens last week. That was great. Love to see it. Lamar Jackson, the boys, played a bunch of close games, finally lost one. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been notorious for some close, low-scoring games this season, I guess hence the low over/under here. And then Minnesota coming off a tough loss to Detroit, which was also great to see because, it's just fun to see.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, poor guy, gets shipped off to Detroit and finally gets a win. Love to see it.
You got the kneecap biting coach too, Mr. Caffeine Addict. He finally gets one.
That's right.
Love to see it.
Good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see. But with that said, I got to assume here that Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, after coming off that tough loss, are going to be very, very hungry this week at home against their fans. As I said, Pittsburgh's been playing in some low-scoring, close games, but this spread is low enough, small enough that I like the Vikings here, -3, and I do like the low-scoring game script. So give me the under here. We'll see how it goes. I think Kirk Cousins gets it done at home this week. What do you think, Donnie? Thursday night.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm not being shook by last week us being in consensus and having one mistake. I'm looking at the positive in that, and that my gut pulling me in the same direction. Minnesota -3. I think they get it done. Great offense over there, but I will take the under with you, 43.5, just because I don't think I don't think their offense is going to do much yet again. And I saw Minnesota's defense actually stand up to the Chargers a couple weeks back. And they're back at home, where they're great. So, yeah, I'm in complete agreement. Let's take Minnesota -3, under 43.5. And that is a consensus
Heck!
pick.
Hey.
Starting it off in consensus. I feel
about
good
that?
about that.
How about that? All right. So got a little pick on our belt here. We are moving right along now to our beloved Buffalo Bills. And where are they playing again, Donnie? Oh yeah, that's right.
Tampa.
Going down to Tampa Bay to see our old buddy TB12. Yes, in his new home, his new sunny Florida home, Tampa Bay. And isn't that just some shit that we're looking at Belichick and Brady back-to-back weeks in a row? And you know what? It is what it is. We're gonna take it head on. Tampa Bay favored at home -3.5. And the over/under on Sunday will be 53.5. Donnie, how do you think the Bills bounce back or not after a tough Monday night loss against Tampa Bay?
John, don't get me wrong. I think the Bills might be in trouble. I'm staying faithful, but there's some real deal problems on the offensive side of the ball. And you can't really point the finger at one singular thing. There's a lot of little things going wrong. And it's just, they've been piling up. That's how you get the Jags loss. That's how you get the New England loss. Just these offensive blunders piling up. That being said, I actually think this Bills team matches up great against Tampa Bay. That's because matchups are important. I think the Bills offense matches up well against Tampa's D that has underperformed, and I think that actually Bills defense matches up very well with Tampa. Now, yeah, they got Fournette, and you think they're a running team, but really they've been utilizing him and Godwin as more of these like short pass screens. They've been using Fournette, even though he's a running back, less handing it off, more of throwing it to him behind the line of scrimmage. Bills are built to stop plays like that. We got speed. It's running it up the gut we have an issue with. Now will Tampa Bay change their game plan to accommodate that? I don't know. But like I said, I like the Bills matchup. I'm not losing faith. I'm going to take them at +3.5. But really, I'm taking them to win outright. Money line +150. I know everyone's saying we're probably going to lose. All the faith is gone. Again, I think we match up against the Bucs really good, and weather isn't going to be the factor that we had, where it's going to be beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, where the Bills play very well for whatever reason. So give me that. Give me the Bills money line. Give me also the spread just to be safe. And I'm actually going to take over on this. I think we got a shootout on our hands, even with the defense stopping it. I could see, this going well over 50 points and Bills having the ball to pull the reverse Tom Brady on Tom Brady. Tie game, maybe we're down 3. We need a touchdown to win. We go down and we make it happen, and we break the curse, and our confidence is back. What do you think about that, John?
I like the sounds of it. Sounds great to me, Donnie. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the idea of, after a freezing cold, windy game here in Buffalo, going down to sunny Tampa Bay. I think it's just what our boys need. Give them a little sunshine, some warm air, for Christ's sake. And maybe their bones will thaw out. Josh Allen can throw the ball just a little bit better. And so I also like the Bills here. I'm not confident enough to take them on the money line, but +3.5, I like the sounds of that. I really hope we win the game, but definitely willing to back the Bills here. +3.5. The over/under I think is a little too high for me. Still not confident enough in certainly our offense to put up enough points to cover that over. So I'm gonna take the under 53.5, but I'm taking the Bills. So you see on that one we got on the spread a consensus pick. And then the over/under, we got a little DJ
split. It's okay. I'll take it. No problem with that.
No problem. It is in the later slot, 4:25 game Sunday night. I don't know what channel it's on. We're either getting Nance and Romo or Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. So hopefully the former, not the latter. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we get Romo. That'd be great. I like the 425s. I mean, don't get me wrong, 1 p.m. Games are great. Some people that work the next day or whatever is like, great, I'll get done with it at 4 o'clock. I got my whole day. I like 425. It's not as late as the 8 p.m., the Sunday night game where you're going to be up till midnight. Yeah. But it's, it gives you extra time to sleep in. I might barbecue in the snow and a bunch of stuff. Well, we'll see what happens. But that's going to be fun. Let's head over to Sunday night. Now we got some old rivals. Been a little lopsided the last couple years, though. Chicago Bears at Green Bay Packers. Big old spread on this, minus 12.5. Little over-under on this. Over-under 43.5. Second 43.5. I think Thursday night was also 43.5. John, what do you think about Sunday night football?
Well, the big spread certainly gave me pause because I would definitely lean the Packers over a lot of people, most people this season so far. Aaron Rodgers has been he's been one of my boys this season, friend of the show, I would even wager to say. So, I don't know. I just, I don't want to bet against Aaron Rodgers. I want to back my boy. I want to see him destroy the Bears like only he can do. So, 12.5, I see him getting it done. I don't know if they'll be winning by that much the whole game, but I think by the end of the game, things will pile on. They'll get it done and cover that 12.5 point spread. On the other side of the ball, the Chicago Bears, I don't see them putting up much of anything at all, really, on the scoreboard. So 43.5, as low as that is, I am still going under here Sunday night. This actually, as far as Sunday night football matchups go, not a very good one. So, I mean, we'll look to make some money off of this and then, go to bed. Go to bed a little richer than we were.
Hopefully it's over by the first half, and it can be one of those games where you just fall asleep on the couch or go to bed and just wake up and are like, oh, okay, yeah, they were up 20, all right, and they still won. Nothing weird happened. They just pulled it out.
Exactly. Hopefully we're coming off a nice Bills win going into this game, and all we got to worry about is just Aaron Rodgers putting up a couple tutties before we get to go to bed and sleep like little babies. We'll have to see how that goes. Donnie, what are you thinking here? Are we in consensus again? We got a little Splitsville. What are we at?
This is exactly like the Denver-Kansas City game last week for me. Not even going to think about it. No explanation needed. Green Bay minus 12.5. They've handled the Bears on the road quite easily. Now they're at home. 12.5. Take it. It's easy. Don't think about it. I will take the under, too, with you. 43.5. I think the Patriots kind of do what I'm sorry, not the Patriots. Fuck the Patriots. They're still in my head. They living rent-free.
That's right.
Living rent-free, as they'd say on Twitter. The Packers, I think they're going to do what they did with the Bears last time and they did with Seattle. They'll go up 17 or 21 or something, kind of put coast on. Hopefully their defense doesn't do the total coast where they make it a close game by giving up late touchdowns and we get backdoored. But no, take it. Green Bay minus 12.5. It's huge. Who cares? Under 43.5. And that is another consensus pick.
Ding.
Yep.
Cheers to that. Consensus picks, as you saw last week, are red hot right now. So feel great about that. Getting all the way through Sunday. And that leaves one more primetime matchup. That's right, we got Monday Night Football. Well, it's Monday night. And this looks like a good one, Donnie. The Rams visiting the Cardinals. I like this matchup a lot. Looking forward to watching some of the Cardinals on primetime. I know I haven't watched too much Cardinals football this year. And this should be a close matchup. Two good teams. The Rams got back into form last week. Cardinals finally got Kyler Murray back from long injury, it seems like. So they're looking tough again. Still one of the top teams. Their record is still great. And so they're favored just 2.5 points at home on Monday night. The over-under is a 51.5. So what do you think here? Stafford, Kyler Murray, where we at?
Arizona's a good team. I remember, I think for a Luscious Lock, early week 1 or 2, not week 1, week 2, maybe 3. It was the week I cashed the parlay. I was all over him. Honestly, you haven't really been able to get an affordable spread since. And they're other than maybe the Packers game, but that was one of their only losses. They went 2-1 without Murray, so I think, he's back. Like you said, he looks good. The Rams, they beat up on the Jags, but they got some issues. And Stafford, to be honest, he hasn't had a great year. He's got some inflated numbers because he's thrown so many picks in the first half that it turns into a blowout, and he can just kind of garbage time stack up numbers. But I got to go with Arizona here. They're the hot hand. They got a good defense, and they have. I feel like they're kind of the team the Rams want to be. Minus, I don't know if the Rams are ever about like a mobile quarterback, but Arizona's got a good running game. They got a good running back. I got to take them. -2.5. I think that's free money. I'm taking the over though too. Over 51.5. This was hard because honestly, the Cardinals have good defense too, and I have zero faith in the Rams right now, especially on the road. I don't have any faith in them to do much, but I hope they're gonna at least, maybe put up 20 points out of that, and maybe if it's a close game, we go to overtime or Arizona wins late. I don't care how they do it, just cover, and it gets us that over. So Arizona -2.5, over 51.5, and hopefully I'm sleeping ready to text the bookie Tuesday morning, say, hey, send me my money. John, what do you think? Am I going to be winning money, according to your opinion?
According to my opinion, you're going to win some money and you're going to lose some money. And let me tell you what. For starters, I'll start with the over-under. I've been 3 for 3. I'm picking unders on each of these games thus far, but I'm finally going over on this one. You took over, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I stand wrongly wrong because
Right,
you know what?
and wrong.
We're both winning money on this one, folks. Nobody's losing money. You shouldn't either, because all you gotta do is listen to us. What you gotta do?
Only Rams bettors.
Take the over. I like the points here. 2 potent offenses, especially the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 51.5. That's not a problem. That is not a problem. I see them going over here. Not a problem at all. And the Cardinals at home -2.5. It seems obvious to me. It is like, I don't know. I'm surprised it's not a bigger spread. We might see this get bigger leading up to Monday night.
Divisional rivals, maybe sometimes,
Divisional rivals, you never know what can happen. Crazy things happen. But there's no way we're back in the Rams here. We are back in the Cardinals all day, all the way till Sunday night. So Cardinals -2.5, over the 51.5. And yet again, we are in a consensus pick.
Yes.
That's right, folks. Lock that one in.
Lock it in.
Lock that one in.
Like I said, Eric, I feel like a lot of Buffalo people, especially the gambling community, was like not hot on Arizona until the last couple weeks. Like some used a fraud word, and I just want to speak to those people real quick. We get it. We lost a heartbreaking game to them last year, but don't let your bias, lose you money. Just because you don't like how that game and the Hail Murray went down, don't, be cold on maybe the best team clearly one of the best teams in the NFC, top 2 with the Packers, but maybe one of the best teams in the NFL. And, if you've been fading Arizona, you've been losing money most of the season. So I just want to speak to those people. If this is a lesson for all of us to learn from. I've been there. I now realize I have to stay away from any game having to do with the Chargers this year because I had bias. First, my bias was for them, burned me. Then my bias was against them, burned me again last week. So
they have a bias against you is what that means. And unfortunately, I don't know if there's any way around that.
Yeah, I thought Herbert and I we were bros, but it's whatever. I don't know. Let's move on.
Moving on now, of course, we made it through all the primetime games, and we finished now with our final segments here. And we're going to start with something luscious indeed. That's right, Donnie's Luscious Lock of the Week. And I know we're feeling a little disheveled, but things are looking up now that we're nearing the end of the episode. How we feeling about this Luscious Lock?
I'm feeling great about this Luscious Lock. There was a lot I liked today. There's a lot I liked week 14 looking at the board. But I had a meeting with the Luscious Locks earlier, and we, like any job, when you sit down, it's always based on what have you done for me in the past compared with what have you done for me lately. In the past, the Luscious Locks, they provide me with winner after winner, a whopping win percentage in last year. This year, we're just 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back and forth. Still sitting at 500. Like I said, we had a meeting, and they're staying tucked away until they can prove that they're still hot. You could say they're being regulated. They're on notice. Any of these things, they got a leash on them. They got they got a home ankle bracelet. They can't leave the house.
They're on scalp arrest.
Yeah, scalp arrest.
Tightly knit to the brain. Okay. Well, this is interesting, folks. This is interesting indeed. So the Luscious Locks will not be coming out. Do they still have some say in what this pick is this week?
They did, and it was a tearful moment. Like I said, that we had to keep them up, but it's what has to be done. But we did agree on our old favorite, our old buddy, John. I know you know what's coming. We both like this pick. You could take it too, and we could make it play of the year, but I gotta take it for the Luscious Lock. Maybe by the end of explaining this, I'll decide on a second one to give. But the Cowboys, they've never done us wrong. They've done us right all year. They did us wrong one time. That was Thanksgiving, but we'll look past that. They're coming back. They're at the Washington football team. Yes, they're on the road, but Washington won the division last year. They're looking to get revenge. Spread is only -4.5. I think they get going. They got Amari Cooper coming back. He's getting healthy. Zeke is getting healthy. He's going to be back. I think they get it back on schedule. And I just got to return to the roots of the Luscious Locks. Dallas Cowboys -4.5.
All right. I mean, it's our boy Jerry Jones, totally friend of the show. I mean, we speak to him almost daily. And you know what? I like this pick a lot. I do, Donnie. And so we'll see how this goes with, the Locks under scalp arrest, #scalp arrest.
Yep.
We'll see. I like the way that I like this pick. So this might be.
I mean, if they don't get it together by the end of the season, snip. They might have to.
I think I can
be regulated for real.
I can hear Donnie's Don bun over there trembling at the sound of shears. So yes, tremble. They better get their shit together, and we'll see if the Cowboys can save Donnie's locks this week. But we will now move on to the final pick of the episode. That's right, we have time for the anchor pick of the week, Captain Jon's anchor pick of the week. Yes, indeed. We have been having a great season with the anchor pick, but we're coming off a loss. We are very sad to see that Jimmy Garoppolo's sexy ass, not as sexy as I thought. I don't know. He seems like a good-looking guy, but it turns out that doesn't mean shit when you're trying to beat a spread and beat the Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo, for now, you are dead to me. And stay away from my anchor. But this week, who was it that they lost to? The Seattle Seahawks. I gave them no respect at all. And what do? They turn around and they beat the 49ers.
And 30 on them too, right?
Put up 30 points. Garoppolo was putting together a game-winning drive that still probably wouldn't have been landed in the cover, but they were trying to win it, and it just kind of fell apart as they got towards the red zone. Hate to see it, but so I don't know. For this pick right now, my anchor is telling me if you can't beat them, join them. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about taking the Seattle Seahawks against the struggling Houston Texans. Pretty big spread, -7.5. Makes you a little nervous here, but like Houston totally blows. And you know what? The Seahawks, like I said, I couldn't beat them. I'm going to join them here. I'm going to join them against our old pal Tyrod Taylor in Houston. So anchor pick of the week, -7.5, Seattle Seahawks. Lock it in. We'll get back to our winning ways here in the anchor pick. But with that said, we have some residual wins, Donnie. The lake, the ocean, all of them are still very rough right now from all that wind we had Monday night. Things are getting a little rocky, stormy around here, and it is so rough. I need 2 anchors. I need 2 anchors to keep this boat steady and held into place. So, throwing out an auxiliary anchor to our boys, the Cowboys. Locking it in with Donnie. Luscious Lock, anchor pick, come together.
Let's go.
To back the Dallas Cowboys -4.5 at the Washington football team.
The first ever collab Luscious Lock anchor pick. Who knew?
That's right. First time ever, 2 anchors, and first time ever the Luscious Lock and the anchor pick of the week join forces to win double the money. So lock that one in, folks. And it's with that, it's been a great episode. Hope you're bagging all of our picks for all that free money. But otherwise, we'll see you next week for another edition of Don
and John's
Picks.
Dallas Cowboys, play of the year. This train never stops. Bye.